Hello you guys, my name is Caitlin Parker and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the life of the Parkers. Here's to all our crazy adventures. Please enjoy the little things and don't take life too seriously. Mentally a little unstable but always making you laugh. Cherish every moment cause it might just be your last. In today's video I have a very special guest and it is my baby boy Bentley, and he has his little 2024 bandana tiara on, so I'm really happy about that. He looks adorable. But today's video we are going to be doing the New Year's tag slash 2023 year recap. Question number 1 is, what was your favorite movie of the year? My favorite movie of the year is a movie that just came out and it was called Elemental, and it is out on Disney Plus, and it's just a movie about fire and water, and that's all I'm going to give you. But it's a super cute movie, and I think I watched it like 3 days in a row after I watched it the first time, so it's a really cute movie and I really hope you guys go and watch it. Question number 2, what was your favorite TV show of this year? I had 2 favorite TV shows which are kind of the same, and one is called Love on the Spectrum and one is called Down for Love. One is about people with autism and one is about people who have Down syndrome who are trying to find love, and I really relate to them because although I don't have a I don't know how to say it, but like a conjugative disorder. I don't know what it is. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I don't mean to offend anybody. I have a physical disease, and because of the lack of oxygen in my brain, sometimes I do feel like I am developmentally delayed or like mentally delayed. So I just relate a lot of that because it's just about people with different disabilities trying to find love, and I have always had a hard time finding love, and I'm not seeking to find love, but I do enjoy watching those shows and watching people just finding success stories. I guess it's just nice to know that people with disabilities can date, and I know that sounds stupid, but to me it means a lot. Question number 3, favorite YouTuber slash YouTube channels? I have a lot of them. Honestly, that's 90% of what I watch is just YouTube videos. My favorite YouTubers to watch are the Sterniolo triplets. I watch their videos. They post every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So on Monday they post like a podcast. On Wednesdays they post vlogs, and then on Fridays they post car videos. And they're just a bunch of triplet brothers who are really funny, and I just find them interesting, and I just love to watch them. So those are my favorite YouTubers. Some other YouTube channels that I watch are this YouTuber called Salone. I watch this guy named Sid Dwyer. So a lot of documentary videos, like true crime YouTube channels. A YouTube channel called Soft White Underbelly who does a lot of interviews. It's just kind of all over. I just find I have a lot of different interests and I watch a lot of different YouTube channels. The only comedy videos I watch are the Sterniolo triplets, and then the rest of them are just all the other ones that I already listed, but those are what I watch. Number 4, biggest lesson you learned. I think it might have been just live each day like it's your last, and I don't really want to say anything else besides that because or else I will start crying. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Live each day like it's your last day. Question number 5. An achievement you were proud of this year? Okay, well now I get to calm down for a minute because I worked myself up. And this is definitely why I brought Bentley while I filmed this video, because it's been such a tough year and I know that if I was going to talk about it, I knew I needed some support. So Bentley is here for just emotional support for me. An achievement I was proud of this year is just making it to the end of this year, and that's dramatic, and I know it sounds dramatic, but truly, if you knew what happened to me throughout this year, you know why that probably was my greatest achievement. Is just, and what I'm proud of the most is just making it to the end of this year. Question number 6. What or whom are you most thankful for this year? My answer to this question still is the same each year. I am most thankful for my mom, my dad, my brother, and Bentley. And if you ask me that any time throughout the year, it's been the same answer since forever, really. And those are the 3 people and my baby boy that I am most thankful for, and that is going to continue to be my answer until the day I die. Question number 7. what was the hardest thing you went through this year? I really kind of want to use this as like a year recap. So instead of just saying one thing, I'm going to list almost all of the hard things that I went through this year so you guys can understand why this was the worst year of my life. And because there's not just one thing that was equally tough than the others, they all rounded out the same and has made this year the way it is. So I'm going to see what the question was again. What was the hardest thing you went through this year? I lost my independence, so I had to move in with my parents. I lost my job because I was unable to work because of my chronic illness. I was only working part-time, but even working part-time, that became too much for my chronic illness. So I retired at the age of 23, and even just saying those words, I haven't fully accepted that yet. And it's kind of hard to say, like, oh yeah, I'm retired at age 23, because I don't think a lot of people can say that, and honestly, that's not something I'm proud of. I have always joked and said, oh yeah, I'll probably be like retired by the age of 22. That was always my joke ever since I started working, but the reality of it is yes, I retired when I was 23, so I really wasn't that much off. So that was a big deal, and that was one of the more main things that I went through that was really tough. After that, my parents had moved into a camper, and I only lasted about 2 weeks in there just because camper life is okay for people who don't have disabilities, but with my disability, it was just hard living in a camper, and because of my chronic illness, it just was not meant for me. I just couldn't live in a camper, and I think I did a video on that, but I'm not going to say anything bad because that just is what it is. I wasn't compatible with living in a camper because of my chronic illness. So instead, I had to move in with my grandma. Then a positive thing that I want to add before I start listing more negative things, because now I just feel like I'm on like a negative tangent, is, let me see. Okay, I just wanted to make sure like this wasn't one of the things, was because I said like what was the hardest thing you went through, but like what was the proudest thing you went through, like none of that was there. So I'm just going to do this for my proudest moment of 2023 was surviving 15 years of living with PAH. Now it's 15 years diagnosed with me living with PAH, but it's actually been 23 years because I was born with pulmonary arterial hypertension, but I was misdiagnosed with asthma because my dad has asthma, so they thought that I just had asthma, but I just had a more severe case of it. So when I was 8, that's when I was diagnosed with pulmonary arterial hypertension. So that's why I say this year I celebrated my 15th year of being diagnosed with PAH, but I've been surviving with it for 23 years altogether. So that was one of my highlights. And then 2 days after that, I got told that I was a burden, and that it was a burden that I had to be taken care of, and that I was being treated like a baby. And that just crushed my spirit, because for one, you never tell a person with a chronic illness that they are a burden, because the things that I ask for help with, it's not because, oh, I'm lazy and I don't want to do it. It's because I physically can't do it. And that's the hard part with living with a invisible illness, is you can't see that I have such a hard time. I mean, you can kind of see it because you can hear when I get out of breath, and I'm extremely out of breath, and you can see me gasping for air, but you can't see the inside of my body. You can't see my heart and my lungs, so you wouldn't know how bad it actually is unless I told you. And when I do tell people, most of the time they don't listen to me. So yeah, that was also a hard thing to hear, and ever since then, that's when my mental health really started going down, and that's when I felt very suicidal. So that's when my suicidal attentions started this year. I do also want to state that nothing to be scared of. I've been having suicidal thoughts since I was 16, and what it's called and what I worked through my therapist is I do have suicidal thoughts, but not the intent. So I do have suicidal thoughts where I think of, oh, it would be nice if I could die. It'd be nice to end the suffering. I want to die, but not have the actual intent to go unalive myself. So that's what that was. And hearing you're a burden from somebody is a very, very tough thing to hear. And I wish I never heard that but yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. So the next thing was, oh, I think I skipped. In July, I had a doctor's appointment, and they were like, oh, well, I think that you're at a point in your disease where you can go into palliative care, you can go into hospice care. And I was kind of like, I don't really want to. I don't think I'm really at that point. But the things that happened in October, I was like, okay, I think I'm ready for hospice care and I will accept hospice care. So starting in November, I got into hospice care, and that has been the best thing that happened this year. Because I'm in hospice care, I got put on morphine, Xanax, lorazepam, and I think that's it. Yeah, so just to kind of sum it up, just because I know like those are big words to say, I got put on morphine to help with my physical symptoms of PAH. So that just kind of lessens my chest pains and lessens my body cramps and my body aches and anything like that, because it just like blocks your nerves. I am put on 2 anxiety medications. One is called Xanax, so I'm on Xanax during the day, and then at night I take lorazepam. So I feel like when I go to bed, I really only need it for the initial like after I take it and when I go to bed, because I used to have really bad nighttime anxiety like before I went to bed. So that has helped me with that, and I would have anxiety attacks almost every single day. And then it went from every day to every other day to at least twice a week, and I was just having that for months. And now that I'm on Xanax, I haven't had one. Well, let me rephrase that. I haven't had one since taking that for about a month and a half. I didn't have an anxiety attack. And then 2 weeks ago, I had an anxiety attack, and now I was starting to feel those symptoms again. So now actually a day ago, I upped my medication, so now I'm double the dose of what I started out with. So still in the very beginning stages of that, so I'm just hoping that that works. And that's also going to continue for me not having anxiety attacks, because that is the absolutely worst. And I also suffer from panic attacks because of my anxiety attacks. Like normally my anxiety attacks almost always go straight into a panic attack, because with anxiety attacks you lose your breath. Crazy panic for me goes straight into a panic attack. So because of my pH and my worsening pH, I can't have those. So now, since I'm on Xanax and lorazepam, my anxiety symptoms have definitely felt better. The depression symptoms are kind of staying the same, but I know that it takes a while for it to kick in, and I have been on antidepressants before, but I didn't really notice I was getting better, and I just thought that, I don't know, it's kind of weird because I was trying to explain this to my hospice people before, and I was just like, I never really felt better. I finally started feeling, I guess, okay, and I wasn't as depressed, but I didn't feel like, oh, I'm like so happy and cheery. I didn't feel that, and that's what I thought that I was going to feel. So with this, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. The only time I noticed that it actually was working was when I stopped taking it and got severely depressed within 3 days. And I'm not even kidding you guys, it took me 3 days to like undo a year's worth of work, because I was on it for a whole year. So this time I'm just going to keep staying on it, and if I think that I'm getting better and I need to be off of it, I'm just going to be like, nope, absolutely not. You're going to stay on it until the day that you die. So that's my goal. I kind of forgot the question I'm on. I know I'm rambling. I think I only have 2 more things to say. So yeah, that was one of the things, was getting onto hospice care. And then because of that, I also have been getting help taking a shower, and that has been huge, because that was one of the things, was I was neglecting taking a shower, and now I no longer have that. I'm getting a shower at least once a week. And I know some people are like, ew, gross, why would you announce that to everybody? You're taking a shower only once a week, you're supposed to take one every day. But y'all, when you take a shower, do you guys have to take a 5-hour nap after a shower? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. So that's why I only take a shower once a week, because I only have the energy to take a shower once a week, and that's with somebody helping me. Also, because I am on morphine, I lost my ability to drive. So that's something that I also lost and was very hard for me to lose. And I'm also just a very like independent person. The things that I lose is just continuing my like losing my independence. That was it for that question. So to sum it up in like an easier question, what was the hardest thing you went through this year was losing my independence and the things that I had to go through to lose my independence, and I'm constantly losing more and more of my independence. Question number 8. Did you travel? If yes, where did you go? I didn't travel a lot, and again, that's due to my pulmonary arterial hypertension. Every year it gets harder and harder for me to be able to travel, and actually every couple of months it gets harder and harder for me to travel, so I didn't really plan on doing much traveling. So I did travel, and that was to Jackson, Wyoming, and that was for my brother's birthday. So the only place that I went this year was Jackson, Wyoming, and I was okay with that because that was one of my favorite trips, and I was so very thankful to go to that because that's probably the last time I will get to see the Tetons, and it was just great. So yeah, that's where I traveled to in 2023. Question number 9. Favorite memory of 2023? There were so many great memories I have, but I'm just going to keep it to the first one that popped into my mind. And it was also while we were in Jackson. And as you guys know, this year I have been buying the little snack crates. And one of the snack crates that I bought was from Thailand. And we were sitting in the Airbnb because we were on my brother's birthday trip, and I had bought the Thailand box to Jackson so we could eat it, and that box was terrible, and all the food in it we didn't like, and I'm normally not a negative person, so that's just what I'm going to leave it as. The snacks were gross and bad and we didn't like them, but just the amount of laughs that we had, and it is so funny. If you guys ever want like a funny good laugh, like please watch that video. So that was my favorite memory. It was just so funny. Definitely puts a smile on my face. It's an odd like favorite memory to have, but it's definitely one of my favorite memories. Question number 10. How old will you turn this year? I will be turning 24. Question number 11. Who is your favorite artist and favorite song? My favorite artist is Morgan Wallen, and my favorite song is a song by him, and it's called Still Going Down in the Country. Question number 12. Something you are looking forward to this coming year? Now this is going to be a hard question to answer because a lot of my world is dark and there's not a lot of things I look forward to because I can't have hope for anything. But I think something I'm just looking forward to is just the fact that I'm still alive, and I'm looking forward to each day I get to spend with my family and each day I get to spend with my dogs. Very simple answer is just spending time with my family. That's what I'm looking forward to. Question number 13. What was your most worn clothing item of last year? And that is a crew neck. My style right now is definitely comfort, so I don't go for fashion, and I honestly never really have. Like before this, I was just wearing sweatshirts and jeans every day, and now I go for a crew neck and sweatpants every day. So my favorite crew necks are the ones with like inspirational quotes or just like funny quotes I find about mental health issues. The shirt that I'm wearing right now is "The anxiety is anxieting today," and then there's one that says "No, really, I'm fine," and then it says "Cue the tears." So it's just kind of like those, and a lot of shirts that say like "You are enough," like "Keep fighting," "You got this," "It's okay to have bad days." It's just inspirational quotes like that, and I have a ton of them, and I absolutely love those shirts. So definitely my crew necks. Question number 14. What are you hoping for more of this coming year? I am just hoping for more better days. I am hoping that my mental health gets better and that I have less anxiety and I am less depressed. And I just hope that I smile more. That sounds like a very sad answer, but when you have been severely depressed almost the entire year and just all of that, it's just my goal is just to smile more, really. Question number 15. What did you do last year that you have never done before? I'm trying to think of a good one that's like a happy thing and not a sad thing. Oh, I did find one. One thing that I have done this year that I haven't done last year is go to a dog bakery. There has never been a dog bakery in Casper, and in about, I think, June or July or just sometime in the summer, there was a dog bakery that opened downtown, and that was the very first time I have ever been to a dog bakery. So that was something I've never done before, and now I'm like one of their regulars and they recognize me, and it's just amazing. Question number 16. What was the best thing you bought? I'm gonna say it's all the dog treats that I bought. I don't have a specific one, but all of the boxes that I got from Woofers, they come out with a lot of collections, a lot of like holiday collections or like the season collections. Each one of those are a lot of my favorite things that I buy. And then I also have been buying bark boxes, and all of those are also themed dog boxes. I started doing that in the summer, so I got a pool party themed, then a Thanksgiving one, an autumn one, and a Christmas one so far, and that has made my world better, and it has made me smile just watching Bentley get the treats. And if you guys always ask me what my favorite thing to buy is, it is buying things for my dogs or buying or making things for other people just to put a smile on other people's faces, because that's what I love to do. I love to give gifts. Number 17, if you could relive one memory from last year, what would it be? I guess I don't really have one day. I guess I could just relive one of the days that I was at Summit at my work and just relive a day where I just had a really good day at work is what I would relive, just to have one more day there. Number 18, what is your New Year's resolution? My New Year's resolution is to protect my peace and protect my happiness, protect my heart. There has been a lot of family members who are very toxic and who have just been really rude to me, and they've been hurting me for a lot of years now. And one of the things in 2024, I just want to cut off those people or limit the amount of times I see them and limit my contact with them. And that's not being selfish, that's not trying to hurt them, that's protecting me and my heart and my peace. Because I'm very empathetic, I am very sensitive, and I am tired of being hurt by people who are supposed to love me and people who are supposed to be my family. So I'm definitely not one of those people who are like, but it's your family, you should love them, you should accept them, and you should keep them in your life. Nope, absolutely not. If they mistreat me, are hurtful, and continue to make hurtful jokes, I'm cutting you off this year, and I have no problems doing it. I said this once, and I don't know if it was in a YouTube video or if I was just talking to myself, but I have said multiple times that I'm in hospice care, and hospice care means you don't have much longer to live. And I know that there's going to be some family who is going to start treating me different just because I am in hospice care, and they're gonna try to like make amends or just trying to treat me better so I'll stay in their life or like want to hang out with them. And at the same time, that will make me angry, because then to myself I'm thinking, okay, why did it take me getting into hospice care for you to finally start treating me like how I should be treated? Why did it take you this long for you to treat me well? Because I've been getting treated badly from my family members for years now, and so that's why I'm having a very hard time with hospice care and people trying to reach out to me and be like nice to me, because I'm like, you've had all these chances that I've given to you, and each time I try to talk to you or I try to reach out to you, you just keep being mean and you keep hurting my feelings and saying like hurtful things. And so now I'm just like, even if they try to be nice to me, just because I only have a limited time left in this earth, I'm just like, why now? It shouldn't take hospice care for you to finally treat me like you should have been treating me all this time. So again, I have no problem with cutting off family members, or I don't really have a lot of friends, so I can't really say that. The only friend that I have is my best friend Sarah, and so I'm not going to cut her off. So I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to cut off family and friends, because I don't got friends. I got one friend who is pretty much my sister at this point. So it's just cutting off family members is what my New Year's resolution is, and definitely protecting my heart, and then just to smile more, just to enjoy those moments, keep making YouTube videos no matter how awkward or uncomfortable it might make me filming around other people, just saying, I don't care, I'm going to do it, these are my memories, this is what I have, this is what I love to do, I'm going to keep vlogging, keep taking pictures, because like I always say, this is my YouTube channel, this is where these are just video diaries, these are something that I go back to and I rewatch my videos and I laugh and I smile and I get to re-enjoy that day. Basically, I get to relive that day, and when I'm gone, that's all my parents are gonna have is just my YouTube videos, and they're going to be able to hear me speak and hear me say I love you, and they're also going to be able to relive memories that I was also part of. That's my goal. I'm gonna continue to make YouTube videos, continue to smile, live my best life, and keep spoiling my baby boy. And I think that is it for this video. This has been the New Year's tag. I love you guys. Bye, warriors. Peace.